A Lifetime in Her Smile. Chapter 1. The Beginning. It all started in the summer of 1999, in a small Indian town where tradition met simplicity. Arjun was a young schoolteacher, reserved, honest, and deeply thoughtful. He believed in small joys, books, early mornings, and honest work. Meera, on the other hand, was everything he wasn't: vibrant, talkative, and full of dreams. She came from a well-to-do family and had studied literature, often writing poems about love and life. Their marriage was arranged. The first time Arjun saw Meera, she was laughing with her cousin at the temple steps. That laugh stayed with him for days. Meera, when asked about the match, said yes with a smile. "He seems quiet. Maybe I can teach him how to dance." And so began a new chapter. Chapter 2. Building Together. Their first home was small, just 2 rooms, a kitchen, and a tiny balcony. Arjun had little savings, but Meera never complained. She hung fairy lights in the balcony, added color to their world with hand-painted cushions and potted plants. Arjun would come home from school to find her waiting with a hot cup of chai and stories from her day. They didn't have much, but they had each other, and that was enough. Some nights, they had only rice and pickle. Some months, they had to borrow to pay rent. Yet, Meera always said, "As long as we laugh together, we're rich." Chapter 3. Storms and Seasons. Life, as it always does, tested their strength. In their 3rd year of marriage, Meera had a miscarriage. She cried quietly that night, hiding her face in Arjun's chest. He didn't have the words, but he held her all night. Months passed. The topic was never forced. They healed together. Then came financial trouble. The school Arjun worked at cut his salary. He tried tutoring in the evenings. Meera sold her handmade crafts at the market. They worked silently, shoulder to shoulder. No blame, no complaints, only teamwork. They had their first child, Rhea, after 7 years of marriage. Meera smiled through the tears when she held the baby. Arjun kissed her forehead and whispered, "You're my miracle." Chapter 4. The Years. Fly-by time moved fast. The small child became a teenager. Arjun started his own coaching center with Meera's encouragement. She became the unofficial manager, welcoming students, managing schedules, sometimes even tutoring in English. Every evening, they would sit on the balcony, sip chai, and talk about the day. Sometimes it was gossip about the neighbors, sometimes poetry, sometimes silence. One evening, Arjun asked, "Do you ever regret marrying me?" Meera laughed, "Only when you snore too loudly." He smiled, but deep inside, he knew she meant it. She had no regrets. Neither did he. Chapter 5. The Golden Years. Their daughter moved abroad. The house felt emptier, but not cold. Arjun and Meera had grown even closer. He read books aloud to her. She still wrote poems, now about old age, soft wrinkles, and eternal love. One day, while going through an old diary, Arjun found a note Meera had written years ago. "If I die before you, don't be sad. Just smile every time you see the sunset. I'll be waving from the other side." Tears filled his eyes. "Why write such things?" he asked later. Meera only smiled. "Because one day, one of us will have to let go first." Chapter 6. The Goodbye. It happened on a quiet winter morning. Meera passed away in her sleep, her face calm, as if she was dreaming of something beautiful. Arjun didn't cry at first. He sat beside her, holding her cold hand, whispering stories into the silence. For days he walked around the house, touching everything she had once touched, the plants, her books, her favorite teacup. Every evening he sat on the balcony alone, still making 2 cups of tea. One remained untouched. When asked how he was doing, he simply said, "She's still here, in the cushions, in the balcony, in the way the wind moves." Epilogue. The Smile That Stayed. Years later, when Arjun himself passed away, their daughter found a notebook on his table. The first page read, "A man may live 100 lives, but I was lucky. I lived 1 life, and in it, I was loved by Meera." And that was the end, and the beginning of a love that lived quietly, but lasted forever. Chapter 7. After her life